I love timing that perfectly. It makes me so happy. It's the little things. Oh my god, I feel like I haven't streamed in like actual ages. In reality, I think it's been maybe like a month and a half. I think I streamed at the beginning of May. Oh my god, I can't believe it's June. 2024 is flying away. I mean, it goes by, I think, a lot faster when because I'm in school and it's like, get me out, get me out. And I'm just like, I'm literally counting the weeks. My first couple semesters, I would, like, they would give us the syllabus and I would take it and I would, every time I got through a week, like whether my last class of the week was on like a Thursday, when I was in that class, I would like highlight that week and I would like check it off on the side on the syllabus. I'd be like, yes, that's one more week. And I'd be like, that's week 4. We're a quarter of the way through. So yeah, it goes by a lot faster because I'm like desperately just trying to get through each week. Um, but overall, it's like I cannot believe it's halfway through June. In 2 weeks, 2024 will be half over. That's insane. I keep looking to the side because there's a calendar to my left, so that's why I keep looking that way. Um, but yeah, 2 more weeks and then June is over, and then 2024 is half over. I feel like time. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe time goes by faster as you get older, but I feel like I don't know. Even days I feel like go by like there cannot be 24 hours in a day. I feel like I've been gaslit into thinking there's 24 hours in a day. Maybe part of it is because I'm sleeping 10 hours a day because now I don't have to go to school. But I feel like the fact like 24 hours in a day is a lie. Because even when I'm awake for 12, 14, 16 hours, it feels like absolutely nothing. Like I feel like by the time I wake up, it's time to go back to bed. Like it's almost 2 a.m. and I woke up maybe 12 hours ago, but I feel like nothing is maybe it's because I don't do anything. Maybe that's why I feel like days are just like melting away. I think it's either that or I have some sort of like insane like time blindness. I don't know if that's actually what time blindness is. I keep looking to the side. I have to stop doing that. I don't know if that's actually what time blindness is. Like the melting of days. I've looked like into it vaguely, but I do really have this problem where like a month can go by and I can be like, yeah, that was a week. That was a week of time. Like a Sunday through Friday through Saturday. Like that wasn't a month. And then I check the calendar and it's like, oh no, it's June 13th. It's a month has gone by. And it's so much worse when it comes to like I'm always on top of like assignments because I know how I am and I have to set a gajillion reminders. Also, I just have insane anxiety and I have a lot of anxiety about assignments too. Like I never really forget assignments because I have so much like assignment and school anxiety about like doing well. I my brain, it never like leaves my brain for me to be able to forget it. So, like it's always there in the background. But it's that like time meltiness is such a big issue for me with like uh when I'm like talking to people or like making plans with people. And it's like, yeah, let's go somewhere on Saturday, on next Saturday. And the day before or 2 days before, I'll be like, oh, that's tomorrow. Or somebody's like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then they'll text me the next day. And I won't realize until like a week later because I'll be like, oh, is it the next day? And like, no, it's not the next day. It's a week later. Um, so I'm happy that it never affects me in like a work or school way, but it's probably also like the social anxiety thing. Like I kind of dread social situations, so maybe that plays a part. But like the time meltiness has been an issue for me ever since like high school, because it might be different depending on where in the world you are. But high school, like so, like elementary school and middle school, things you do on each day are different depending on the day. So like Monday, you'll have history, and Tuesday, you'll have gym. Wednesday, you'll have music. Like, it's different. Like, there's small little changes in your schedule. It gives you things to look forward to for each day. It helps you feel like time is progressing, because it's it's not Wednesday if you like music class and you don't have music class today. But in high school, it changes. Obviously, depending on where you are, it's probably different. But in high school, it changes because then it becomes you do the same thing every day, regardless of what day of the week it is. It's the same schedule, the same 8 or 9 classes in the same exact order at the same exact time every single day. And so I've had this like time meltiness problem since then, where like it's just like every day is the same exact thing. There's nothing to distinguish between one or the other. You just get so into a routine that it's so hard to know when one day ends and another one begins. And so now that I'm not doing anything, it's kind of like the same thing in a way, where I am doing stuff. I'm trying really, really, really hard for this summer to like, I have like job opportunity and stuff lined up, but until that stuff starts, I'm trying really hard to like be productive in other ways and like get things done. I'm trying to like, I've put like a list for myself. I want to like read every single day. I want to like study something every single day. There's different things I have set so that I can at least feel like I'm kind of being a little bit productive, and that even if I'm doing like small things step by step by the end of the summer, like overall, maybe I've made helpful, like substantial amount of progress on something. But yeah, the time meltiness is like killing me. I cannot believe it's June, and it's like going from Sunday to the middle to or end of the week. I just don't know how the days were different. So that's my eternal struggle, probably for the rest of my life. Because jobs they get repetitive too. June already. I know. It's half the year is over. And I can't remember anything that happened this year. But hello, Lollyhead Path, how are you? I'm just freaking out because time passes by too fast and I don't know what to do about it. I was saying I feel like time passes like when you're an adult. It feels like it passes so much faster than it does when you're a kid. But also I can't remember most of my childhood anyway. It's also kind of a blur. But like I guess since now I'm like aware of dates and times and due dates and all that stuff, it feels like it passes so much faster. Like it's June, it's almost July. Like, hey, it's been so long. I know, I haven't been here in a while, just because of like busy stuff and then planning for other stuff. I feel like kind of exhausted, and I wasn't initially gonna go live today, but like I saw the opportunity because I was house sitting for a while back in April to the beginning of May, and after the people came back, I was just like, there's so much craziness happened in like my life aside from that I was just like so exhausted. I was like, I don't have the energy to like pack up everything and go home, pack up my computer and my tech and all my clothes and all of my other stuff. I'm so lazy and tired. And then right after that craziness happened, I had finals and I was like, I'm definitely not going back now. And that was about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and then I've been working really hard to like line up like job stuff and have maybe like working opportunities for the summer. And so time has just kind of passed me by, and I didn't realize how long it had been just because of responsibilities and stuff. So and then I wasn't originally gonna go live today, but then because of where I'm staying, because I'm at home, I don't really have like space to myself. So I was trying to think of opportunities sometimes when or where I could stream, but I was like, there isn't really a good place. I might have to wait until I like eventually pack up and go home. But I did just kind of spontaneously get the opportunity to be alone today, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. because it's been such a long time. So I just like took the opportunity and like ran with it. Time flies when you're busy. It does. It flies. It goes so fast. And I don't know where it goes. I wish somebody could tell me. I was saying earlier, like, not even just the days or the months or the weeks, but like the hours too. Like, I'll wake up and I'll just be like going about my day and I'll blink and it'll be like 10 p.m. And I'll be like, what? How is that possible? I didn't do anything. Time couldn't have, nothing happened. So there's that too. Um, but yeah, I decided to stream because like spontaneously I got the ability to be alone and I was like, well, I don't have anything else to do. Um, Especially because it's so late. But I can't like set any sort of set schedule because of that. Because like, again, spontaneous. I literally within maybe like I was doing some studying before, but like within the hour of getting the opportunity, I was like, I just opened OBS and hit go live, which I'm so proud of myself for because usually I spend a lot longer to like psych myself up for it. Not because I still do have a little bit of anxiety about it, but it's more so like I'm not really a spontaneous type of person. Like I'll see an opportunity come and I'll be like, let me analyze every single possible outcome of this opportunity, all my other opportunities. What could I do besides this? Is there anything else I should be doing right now? So usually I think about all that stuff before I make any decisions. I'm very indecisive, but not in like a bad way. In like I have to analyze every aspect of everything before I make a decision, which maybe is still a bad way. I don't know. Depends on your interpretation. But you know, I just kind of did it. I didn't think about it too much, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means I'm getting a little more comfortable. Although I did sit on the starting soon screen because I was a little anxious for a while. So there's that too. Um, but yeah, I was thinking, I was proud of myself for that. I was like, well, you're better than 80% of the people here. That's not true. I think that's like a little bit biased. Just a little bit. I think I think you might not be I think that's a little bit opinionated. I don't think that's objective, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I was saying how like to myself, I was thinking, I was like, there's a couple like skills that I want to get better at as through doing this. Like, you know, practicing this and like going live. I was like, I want to get better at speaking, talking to people, even though I can't really see people, but still I think maybe in like a somewhat semi-related way, it'll help me with like people anxiety and stuff like that. We talk a lot and that's really what matters. Which is ironic because I'm so quiet. Like genuinely, like in the summertime, usually when I don't have school or have to interact with anybody, I think on average, the words I say and like the words that like the amount of words I say in a day is probably like less than 20. It's like I'm so quiet. I don't go out of my way to talk to people very often or seek interaction. Maybe that's why I have so much to say because I don't say anything ever. So it like sits in a little jar, and then when I get the opportunity to, it all just comes bubbling out. Um, but it's also kind of like a bad thing because that's one of the things I wanted to get better at. 20 words, hell not. I'm so serious. I don't say anything ever. Like if I was home and not like, you know, staying at the place I was house sitting for, I really wouldn't talk to anybody at all. Like the people I'm house sitting for, they're very interactive people, which is such a nice thing that they you know, they want to talk to me, but they they like talking and interacting and like being friendly and all that stuff. And when I'm home, I'm pretty much just like isolated. There's people there, but everybody just kind of minds their own business, and I do the same. I stay in my room and I do my stuff, whatever I'm doing, or if I'm doing nothing, and I don't talk to anybody like at all. Like days can go by without me speaking words. I'm so serious. And I don't mind it all that much. I like keeping to myself. I like my privacy and like my alone time. But yeah, 20 words, maybe even less. Maybe 10 sometimes. Sometimes I might like get a funny text and I might laugh. I might laugh at something, but like Actually speaking, not that often, at least in the summertime. When I'm going to school and I get called on, that's different. Talking to people, saying, excuse me, yada yada. But even at school, I don't. Okay, this is gonna it's gonna sound kind of sad, but I don't actually have friends. It's a lot harder to make friends when you're an adult than when you're a kid. But that aside, I kind of just show up and go to class and go home. So I never really took the time to like get to know anybody. So I also don't talk very often at school. I'm not like the other kids where like outside of class they like meet up with their friends and they go places. Because I don't have any of those people at my school. So I just show up, and if I don't talk to anybody, if I don't like get called on and have to talk in a class, then I don't say anything and I just go home. And that's my day. Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah. I don't mind it as much now as I did before. I felt kind of bad because I had a cousin and she switched schools. And so obviously like the same year, or maybe it was I think it was the year after me maybe. Um that I started school. But she switched school, so obviously she didn't know anybody. And she made friends faster than I made friends, which, like I said, she's younger than me, right? And it's easier to make friends when you're younger, especially when you're in school all day, as opposed to like literally 2 hours. But she made friends a lot sooner than I did. And I was like, I felt kind of bad about that at the beginning. I was like, oh, well, it's been months and I still haven't, But I don't feel so bad about it anymore. I do my thing and it's okay. Um, More importantly than making friends, I just wanna do well and like get self-improvement, like when the time comes that I do have to talk to somebody, I hope that I will be able to. I usually just turn off my brain when I'm in school. That sounds counterproductive because aren't you there to learn? How do you learn if you turn your brain off? How does that work? I feel like if I... Okay, I admit... Actually, no. I can't turn my brain off. Sometimes I'm not... Like... Sometimes it's not that my brain is off. It's that I'm on a different channel. And say the first thing that comes to my mind. Oh, like if you get called on. How often has that worked out for you? It feels like a 50-50 hit or miss coin flip kind of thing. Most often, or not most often, sometimes. Sometimes my brain is like on a different channel. Like it's not off, it's working because I don't really ever turn it off. I can't really ever turn it off. But it's like not on the school channel. It's on like the... What's the name of that song that I can't get out of my head channel? Or the damn, I can't wait to get home to watch that show channel. Or the oh my god, I'm so tired, I should have gone to bed earlier last night channel. So, and sometimes it's like rapid channel switching. And like I'll tune back into the school channel, but maybe for not as long as I should. A lot better than when I overthink things. Makes sense. I would prefer for my brain to be off than overthinking as well. I haven't quite mastered the art of ever being able to turn off my brain though, so unfortunately for me, it's almost always overthinking. Overthink everything. It's just a part of who I am now. I just consider myself a person who's very analytical and thinks a lot about things. Yeah, I said I went through like this process to get better at like speaking and telling stories. It's a skill that you can't really develop. It's like exposure therapy. You can't really get better at it without throwing yourself at it. So I'm kind of trying to circumvent that and become better at it without really throwing myself at it. And something that happens when I speak and tell stories, I just see a cool shirt and just say it's cool out loud. Oh, I was gonna say I do that too, but I don't. The thing that I do sometimes, I think I do the opposite of that. Like, I'll say things that I should say out loud, like in my head. Like, when I like stub my toe, I will say ow, but I'll say it in my brain instead of like how people will exclaim like something hurt them. Um, yeah, I think I do the opposite of that. I think that's why I was like, oh, but I was like, wait, no, I don't do that. What was I saying? Uh, oh yeah, telling stories. What I do sometimes accidentally when I tell stories, I don't remember if I've said this before, but I will like tell a story and then I'll get like interested in one part of that story and then I'll like branch off. And so I won't finish story number one. I'll end up telling like story 1.5 that is tangentially connected to story number one, but it's something different entirely. And then I'll branch off from that story and tell an entirely different story. And then I'll forget what I was talking about in the first place and how I even, what I like, I'll forget where I started entirely. So that's something I also want to try to practice through like streaming. I wanted to like not be so disjointed when I tell stories. But not that I have too many stories to tell anyway, I don't think. But when I do, I'm very, very, very bad at telling them. I think it's very hard to follow when I tell stories. Well, if I get into the habit of like breaking the story off. Like I was trying to explain, I recently started like a new book series. Somebody like gifted me a book series that when I went out with them, we saw it at a store and then I started like talking about how I was like online book shopping and like reading blurbs and stuff and that book series had really interested me. And so I started like yapping about it and I think they like realized I was really interested in it and so they got it for me like later on in the year, like a couple weeks ago or like a month ago actually. And so I was explaining it, one book. I'm on one book. I haven't finished it. I've had to stop a couple times because it's gotten like way crazy. It's like, you ever just read something or see something and it like punches you in the face and you're like, whoa. And if you like put down your phone or like pause the show and like get yourself back together before you can keep going. Like that's what I'm dealing with in that book. And there's been a couple times when I've been reading it and really enjoying reading it, but like something insane happens and I just have to like stop and put it down. Like it's bedtime. I have to sleep. I have to sleep that off, whatever the heck that was. So I was trying to explain it to somebody and it was like, I was explaining it so jumbled up and so disjointed. Like I remember the book in chronological order and I could just explain it in chronological order, but for some reason I started like in the middle and then I like backtracked and then went forward and I was like, this is such a bad way to explain this book. It's probably, you should just read it. But I didn't say that. I said it in my head. I was like, but I was probably not doing it justice at all. So I want to try to get a little bit better at like verbal storytelling, I guess. Or storytelling in general, because I do just get like, I'll say like, I guess whatever like interesting point comes to my brain first, and then like I'll get lost on that instead of the overall chronological order of things. But yeah, reading is what I've been doing, not mostly. I haven't picked up a book in a couple days since what happened in the story, and I was like, oh, time out. At the beginning of the summer, my first goal that I set for summer originally was I picked up my Switch back up for the first time in like a long time, and I was like, it's like you want to tell a lot of things but you don't know where to start. Yeah, it's like I want to tell you the entire story, but I also want to tell you what the most interesting things were, but also what the most important things were, but I also just want you to experience it the exact same way I experienced it, and I want you to like hear me talking for long enough that like when I say the gut punch things, they feel like a gut punch and it's like, whoa. But yeah, so there's a process to it. I think it's The more you do it, the more you get better at it, kind of thing. So that's what we're doing. That's the journey we're on. But aside from that, and aside from reading, like I said, I picked up my Switch again towards the beginning of summer. Or summer actually hasn't started yet. Oh dear God. Summer is not started yet. It starts in like a week, I think. Okay, so that's a lie. I picked up my Switch towards the beginning of the month. I can't believe it's so hot and summer actually just hasn't even started yet. That's crazy. Um, One of my first goals was like, I really, really, really want to try to 100% Mario Kart because for a long time I have every trophy, every 3-star trophy in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe from 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, and Mirror. For all 4 of those modes, I have all. How many is it? I think it's 12. I think it's 12. I have all 12 3-star trophies for all of those modes, and the only one I don't have all the 3-star trophies for is 200cc, which is obviously the hardest one. So my first goal for the summer for me was I just want to do that. Like I just want to grind out all those maps, all those cups, get all the 3-star trophies. I have all the trophies in 200cc, but I don't have all the 3-star trophies. So, because I did all the races, I got first in every cup, but to get the 3-star trophies, you have to get first in every race. So if you do like a first, and on the 4th race you get second, you're gonna get a 2-star trophy. You're not gonna get the 3-star trophy. And so that's what my goal is, and that's where I'm most often messing up. Because I'll get to the last race and then I'll just choke. I've never played Mario Kart in my life. Oh my God. It's like okay, I don't want to say the most iconic, but one of the most iconic racing games ever. It's been on like almost every single Nintendo console ever. I cannot believe there's a human on this earth who has never played Mario Kart a single day in their life. That is so surreal to me. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Okay. How is that why? Have you just never been presented with the opportunity, or just does it not seem interesting? That's so crazy to me. Well, my first Nintendo console was the Switch. Okay, it makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. But also, then Mario Kart was it might not have been like launch day, but it was launch year, I'm pretty sure. So it's been out for a while. And I don't know if they're ever gonna make a new Mario Kart. I would say, like, wait for the next Mario Kart, but they've padded out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with like twice. I think there's 96 total tracks in that game. Like they've thrown everything into that game. So I don't know. It's kind of like Smash Ultimate. Like everybody is here. I don't know what more there is for them to do. So yeah, I would say just get the next Mario Kart, but it might only ever be 8 Deluxe. That's so crazy. Like, what was the decision to not get? And I only bought like 2 games and never touched it again. Okay, that answers my next question, which is what's the decision to not get Mario Kart? Yeah, Mario Kart. I think the main reason I got it was like it's fun to play with friends. It's fun to play alone as well if you're like me and like I'm not gonna call myself a completionist because I don't live up to that title, but like a semi-completionist for like pleasure, where it's like I want to see all the shiny 3-star trophies on my console and I want to know that I've achieved this. And so that's why it's fun for me to play. Like once I get all the 200cc trophies 3-star, I'll be so happy. But yeah, Mario Kart's mostly like a play with friends kind of thing. Um, Online with friends or if you have friends come over. So, ah, so I can see why it might not have been a priority. Like when I got my Switch, like me and like all my friends at the time got a Switch, and so it was like immediately look for games that we could all play together. And my favorite like game franchise is Splatoon, so I obviously got that one. But like also, it was Mario Kart and it was what's the other one? Smash. And so it was like all three of those, because they were all things that like you could switch it up and play something different and all play together at the same time. I bought Legend of Zelda and Pokemon. Okay, that's fair. Legend of Zelda is a completely fair buy for the Switch, especially in 2017 and some rhythm game. Hmm. I don't think I've ever played a rhythm game on Switch. I think I played maybe one rhythm game on Switch a really long time ago. It's called Muse Dash. Oh, well, it wasn't that one. But I think I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw somebody playing Muse Dash. I didn't click on it though. I didn't know it was a rhythm game though. I have very little, very, very little experience with rhythm games, so um unless you count like that one Piano Tiles game for mobile as a rhythm game, which I don't know if it counts. Maybe it counts. I think so. But that's probably my extent of experience with rhythm games. What was I saying? Oh, my goal. So, Mario Kart. Yeah, I haven't completed this goal, but I did make progress. I got, I think, maybe 4 or 5 more 3-star trophies. So I'm past the halfway mark on 200cc, which is like applause for me. But I've left the hardest ones for last, unfortunately. I'm a pro rhythm. I'm a pro at rhythm games. How do you is becoming a pro at rhythm games just I don't really know. I don't really think I've watched people play rhythm games a ton. Is it just like cuz it's like it's like playing it for like a lot, like it keeps going, like sorry, I'm not making any sense. Like if you're good at it and you're doing well, it like keeps going, right? So like being good at rhythm games is like being able to like last a really long time. Is like that it is like I told you I have no experience on rhythm games. I know of the only rhythm game I know of aside from Muse Dash, which I just learned about, is I think Pro Sekai Pro Prosecca. That's the only one, and even still, I've never actually watched any or like seen it really, because I'm like not a rhythm game person really. Um, Maybe one day I will dabble more in rhythm games. The thing is with me and like games is like I'm so picky. Like maybe picky isn't the right word, but like a game has to like really like kind of call to me for me to want to play it. Aside from like the genres and the developers that I like really love. Oh my god, speaking of which, Nintendo has not done their showcase yet. I'm top 100 in the world on pros. Are you serious? In the world? Oh my god. Congratulations! That's I maybe I should like watch some gameplay of that game after so that I can actually fully appreciate how difficult that probably is. That sounds insane. Oh my gosh. On Bang Dream 2, is that another rhythm game? Okay. Now I understand why you say rhythm games are your favorite genre. You're absolutely cracked at them. If I was insane at something, it would probably be my favorite too. How many hours do you think total of rhythm games do you have? That's crazy to beat. I'm not top 100 in the world at anything. So there's very few people well, maybe not few, but there's very few people in the world who can say that they're top 100 in the world at something. Like 10K hours, aside from breathing, I don't think I've spent 10K hours doing a single thing. Maybe 10K hours of my life in school. I'd have to calculate. Um, I'd have to do calculations. But yeah, that's, oh wow, that's crazy. 8 years or something of rhythm game practice. Damn, that's crazy. Sorry, I'm like stunned. I'm talking to a living legend. Have you ever, like, sorry. Have you ever like tried to go for like a world record or something? I feel like if you're top 100 in the world, you could probably like achieve some pretty cool stuff. I feel like you have achieved, not even you could, you have achieved something incredibly cool. So there's that. I don't think so. For a world record, really? You don't think you could go for it? I think you should. I think you should try. I mean, top 100 is nothing to sneeze at. That's like probably competitive level rhythm gaming. I think you could do it. I'm trying to think of any game that I could possibly maybe ever compete at, and I'm just like, no, there's nothing. I think I'm very average at everything that I play, and I like it like that. I'm good enough to have a good time. I couldn't get into any tournaments. Aw. Well, I believe. I believe one day. I think you deserve it. Like you said, top 100, that feels tournament worthy to me. But that's also coming from somebody who's like never competed in a tournament for anything. I don't even really watch esports because the most popular esports games I just don't understand. Like Valorant goes over my head. You have 10K hours on school? About pro school. Yeah, pro school. That's what I'm a pro at. Not of my own will. But I guess some people go to school for 10 hours and or 10K hours and don't become pro school. So maybe I should feel accomplished. Totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, like game genres, yeah. So, oh, no, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about Nintendo. I was gonna say how, like, this last week, like, everybody has been having their, like, rest of the year game showcases. I haven't watched a ton of them, admittedly, but I caught, like, snippets of, like, State of Play. I saw, like, I caught a bit of one from IGN, a bit of one from OTK. Like, there's been so many, like, game showcases, and I'm like, Nintendo, where are you? They said last month. I mean, everybody knows they're gonna have a June showcase. Everybody does the June showcase because it's, like, where E3 was. But I'm like, oh, we're halfway through the month. Come on, give me the games already. I'm getting so much FOMO because everybody else is celebrating games. And I'm like, Nintendo, pokes with stick, do something. Summer Game Fest was crazy. I think that's the one I watched. I think I saw State of Play and Summer Game Fest. A couple days ago. I don't truly remember a ton though. My problem with games, which is like completely a me issue, and that it like doesn't mean that the games are bad, is that like sometimes I feel like a lot of games look the same. Like the whole like dark fighting giant monsters aesthetic, I have a hard time distinguishing like one game from the rest. Like I couldn't tell you the difference, not that I played either of them, but I couldn't tell you the difference between like Elden Ring and Skyrim. Like those games look exactly the same to me. And that's like, I realize I could like get hate for that, but like they blend together in my mind. Like games of that aesthetic and that style, which is probably why I gravitate a lot to like Nintendo because Elden Ring and the Dark Souls generation is damaging the industry a lot. Yeah, like games like that, they feel like they're in a ton of like in like abundance, that there's so many of them. And it feels like anytime I watch like a game showcase, there's at least like five of them, of games that like are very, very similar. And I can't really tell the difference. And I don't, and the genre's not for me. And that's probably why it like, I notice, it's probably why like, I don't care for it as much, because like the genre's not for me. Obviously, if you're a person who loves the genre, like you love that, right? But it's not for me, so to me it's kind of like meh. Like everything has to be a Souls like, yeah. And that's why when I saw that one game, that crab game, like Another Crab's Treasure, like it's a Souls like, but it actually grabbed my attention because I was like, wait, this is a Souls like, and it doesn't look like it. Like it's unique and it's different, and you can tell the team really cared about like making a game that was different and would catch people's attention, and draw people to a genre that's normally like really dark and gloomy and like uses the gray, black, white, like grungy aesthetic a lot, and it's like just a super colorful, bright, underwater fun adventure. Yeah, it's a really good game. Yeah, I haven't watched anybody play it, but I haven't watched anybody play it because I hope to play it someday. And so I want to stay like kind of as spoiler free as possible. But I did see like little small snippets of gameplay, and it's one game that I definitely have on my like wanna play list. Um, it looks so cool, and so like it's a genre I don't care for at all. So it was like the fact that this Souls like game drew my attention. I was like, that means something. This is probably gonna be awesome. And the only things I've heard about it are good things. So I definitely want to play that one someday. It's definitely on my list. But yeah, games like that, like I wish people would mix it up a lot more, you know? Like everyone loves that game. It's such a good game. And it's not that people don't like traditional Souls like, but that game drew my attention in a way that like Elden Ring never will. And not because it's not good, but just because it's like, eh, it's the standard in the genre, and it just doesn't appeal to me. And so, you know, being able to make a genre appeal to somebody who doesn't care about it originally, you've done something right. So that's on my list. But it's not a bad genre, it's just that everyone is obsessed with it. I don't think it's a bad genre either. I think it just really truly isn't for me. Like, I really do prefer like games that look like they're Nintendo games. I think I love the bright colors. I think I'm a child. But I think I love the bright colors and like a whimsical adventure so much more than like a dark and serious and like grungy adventure. And that's why the genre doesn't appeal to me as much. But I do agree with the like everyone's obsessed with it. Like the games are everywhere, and like it's probably because they're really good. Like it's not a good gem if it's not a Souls like. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much Souls like, and I don't know. I feel like the gaming industry probably has its like ebb and flow moments. Like there's probably it's right now. We're dealing with Souls like being popular. In a couple years, it'll like swing back around to something else. So I get it. It happens. Um, but yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to the Nintendo showcase so much, because I'm like, come on, I want to see games that maybe right from the get-go I think I might be a little bit more interested in. Because I originally saw Another Crab's Treasure at a Nintendo Direct, I think. That's where I first saw it for the first time. And it definitely fits the like Nintendo vibe. So that's the first time I saw it was like, I hope they do another Fable game. Fable. Those are like are those the Tales of games? Wait. I don't know what Fable games are. I don't know that genre. Are those the Tales? Hold on. I might look it up. What am I hoping for? I really don't know. I think part of the reason uh, why I'm so like anxious for, or not anxious, but excited for the Nintendo Showcase is that I don't really know what they have. Like the Switch is obviously gonna be dead by this time next year, and they're gonna be on Switch 2. And I think all their big games for the year are already kind of out. Like Mario, what is it called? Paper Mario came out. Did they have anything else this year? Hell yeah, new Legend of Zelda so soon? Tears of the Kingdom. Was it this year? No. I think it was last year. I think it was last year. Was it last year? I don't remember. Oh my gosh. But it feels like Tears of the Kingdom just came out. I feel like it's so soon. I feel like it's too soon. Or Silk Song, please? Is that... okay, Silk Song, even though I don't really truly know that game slash franchise that well, anytime there's any showcase for anything ever in the gaming industry, that is something that I see people spam in like every chat. Like, whatever this game is, I should probably educate myself on it more, but like, whatever this game is, it has like the entire gaming industry like on their hands and knees begging for it. And it's kind of funny. Because whenever that game comes out, yeah, it was like a legend by now. I think it's so much more of a meme that they want the game to come out than... Has there been an update? How long has it been? Because, like, it's such a meme that, like, oh, games are getting announced, Silk Song, please. And even I don't even really get what it means. But for as long as I've been, like, able to understand and watch game showcases, I feel like I've seen people beg for that game. Are they still developing it? Because, like, like, the fact that it has a name must mean, like, it was in development. I feel like there should be an update. Usually, I saw, like, a recommended tweet. I got a weird tweet, and it was, like, about an update for some game. And it was, like, we said we were going to release this game this year, but we're pushing it back to next year. I don't remember what game that was. I don't think it was one I cared about, but I got, like, a recommended tweet for it. The game was announced February 14th, 2019. So it's been 5 years. Oh my gosh. Did they say how far in development they were? Did they say coming soon? Because if they did, that was a lie. What's the longest between a game announcement and game drop? I feel like there's that one, what is it called? Like Metroid Prime 4? That's a game people have been waiting for a long time too. They posted a trailer with full gameplay. Wow. Did they drop it? I mean, if it said like not final gameplay footage or like alpha beta or alpha footage or beta footage, I mean, I guess like the game was finished. Oh wow. And shocking that if it would be like so close to completion and then nothing. Whoa, I hope they didn't like drop it. Is that why people ask for it? Is it like a meme because it was like they discontinued it and people want it still? And then they went silent until like this year. Oh, they said something. Was that the game that maybe I saw the announcement for? Sorry, I typed in Silk Song into Google, and one of the first results was like, it's been 729 days since the last appearance of Silk Song. Wow, okay. Damn. On April Fool's, they posted something, I think, so... Well, hopefully that's a good sign. I mean, it's an April Fool's, but like, hopefully that's them acknowledging people still want the game. and acknowledging that. And if they haven't said they're officially discontinuing it, there's always hope. Hopefully it's not like a Yuri on Ice situation, which I think I talked about when the announcement, like closer to when the announcement for that had happened. But like the sitting in limbo and then just getting like slapped in the face. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Like the release date, but they deleted it almost instantly. Oh, so did anybody? I'm sure somebody saw it and like wrote an article about it. What did the date say? Like, was it like a real date? Was it a fake date? Was it this year? Was it next year? What a troll. To have people wait 5 years for a game and have no release date and then like shadow post a release date on April Fool's Day. That's crazy. I hope if it ever does come out, that it lives up to the hype. Cause imagine if it imagine if it didn't and if like wasn't that good. I don't remember. I think it was supposed to be released in March. Oh jeez. I hope they didn't like lay off the team. I read something before. I don't think it was. It definitely wasn't like related to this, but I read something like a completely different company. I think maybe Sony was like letting off a team. I think it was Hi-Fi Rush actually. Like they let go of the Hi-Fi Rush team or something. And I thought that game had done pretty well and that it was pretty successful. So I don't know why they would do that. So hopefully they didn't just randomly one day like throw darts at a dartboard and we're like, well, I guess we're getting rid of the Silksong team. So hopefully it does come out. Earlier, what was it? I think last week? Last week, a game that I've been looking forward to since at least last year finally got a trailer and finally got a release date. I was excited about that. I hope they don't. Yeah. That'd be evil, but the gaming industry has been kind of evil lately, so we'll see. But yeah, the Nintendo? Is that what I was talking about? No, I was saying that I don't know what to hope for from their showcase. I'm gonna cry if that happens. I would cry too if I waited 5 years for something and they discontinued it. I think I shed genuine tears, which is like rehashing old news, but I think I just shed genuine tears when they canceled Yuri on Ice and they were like, we're not doing it anymore. I was like, why would you do this? Why would you wait 8 years and then say that you're not doing this anymore? Ugh. Go on, people just like... Ugh. Such a letdown. But... I don't know, yeah, that's the worst thing too. Because as long as they haven't said they're not doing it, there's always the chance that they are doing it. But once they're like, sorry, we're not doing this anymore, it's like, that actually just is the end of the hope. And I don't know what's worse, having hope, like, forever, that it might happen because they haven't said it won't, or like them just nipping it in the bud early and being like, yeah, it's not gonna happen, and allowing you to move on. I don't know what's worse. So hopefully the game comes out one day. Hopefully this decade, because it would be crazy if it was announced in 2019 and didn't make it out by 2029. That would be literally insane. I wonder why that happens. That's so creepy. Like, I get that, like, Silksong is like a meme, because like I said, I see it everywhere anytime anything is announced ever. So I get that it's like a meme, but it's also like a little eerie. Like what happened? Why no announcements? I'm a little worried. But I mean, game development is sometimes, I was gonna say sometimes it's like crazy and like you give it a restart and you scrap everything, but also you said it looked like it was almost done, so that's also odd. Wait until it gets released in like 10 years. Will the player base even be excited for it? I'm sure they will. I'm sure if you waited like 15 years for something, you shed genuine tears. That's such a long time. In 10 years, there will be people who have never heard of Silksong playing it, as opposed to like all the people who like know of the meme and know of Silk Song, like waiting for it. They loved the first game. The first game, Silk Song's Hollow Knight, right? Yeah, everybody loves Hollow Knight. I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever talk badly about Hollow Knight. It's like one of those just like kind of iconic games that everybody loves. Yeah, I don't really know why a sequel would take so long. Why they'd make people wait so long. But also, it does drum up a ton of hype. Like whenever it does inevitably get released, it's gonna be so crazy. It's the best kind of game. What's the genre? It's is it roguelike? Is that what it is? Platformer. It's a platformer. I don't know game genres that well. I think it's a platformer. Maybe also roguelike. Maybe both? Not sure. Haven't played it, as you can obviously tell. I was watching somebody not react to a game showcase, but like their stream Metroidvania. Yeah, that's what it is. Like Metroidvania. Like what like Metroid Dread is. Did Metroid coin that phrase? Is that why it's called Metroidvania? Is like was Metroid kind of like the first of its kind? I've always wondered that. What was I saying? Oh, I was watching somebody like in the aftermath of a showcase stream, like streamed like the next day or the day after or 2 days after or something, and they said while they were watching the showcase or after the showcase had ended, they went on Twitter and they saw that Silk Song was trending. And they clicked on it and I was like, oh my god, Silk Song got announced. That's crazy. And they clicked on the trend on Twitter and Silk Song wasn't trending because Silk Song got announced. Silk Song was trending because people were so upset that Silk Song did not get announced. And so they made it trend. And so yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Silk Song is a meme and it's incredibly like people want it so badly. Even I know that, and I didn't play the first one. I think that's crazy. People, Silk Song is like nothing will ever get announced in the history of the world, and so there isn't somebody that like Silk Song announcement. So there's that. Hope it gets announced soon though. Where would they? I'm interested in what like the platform would be that they announced it on. Like, or not the platform, but like what showcase? Like if it would be like a state of play or what is Microsoft is it just called an Xbox showcase? I think that's just what it's called. Or like a Nintendo Direct. I think it's gonna be on every platform. Yeah, but I'm interested in like where they would announce it. Like where would the announcement drop first? Would it like go from their official Twitter, or would they like feature it in a Nintendo Direct or a PlayStation State of Play? Like who would be the first one? I think on Xbox Live. Is it like Xbox is like was it original? Was the first one announced for Xbox? Because it's going to be on the Game Pass. Makes sense. Yeah. So I guess look out for any future Xbox showcases. Did they have theirs for this summer already? I don't keep super up with Xbox. I mostly just follow Nintendo. Occasionally will follow State of Plays if I'm bored. But also because every now and then there's a PlayStation game that catches my eye. I've been seeing okay, I was gonna say I've been seeing a lot, but I haven't. I've been seeing one. I saw one video about like Persona 6, and then that's all of my YouTube feed has been. I clicked on one video and I destroyed my algorithm. I don't want like spoilers or anything, so that was a horrible thing for me to do. I think Xbox Live was like a week ago. So no Silk Song this year then. How did I even get on Persona? What was I talking about? I have no idea. Anyways, they say Persona 6 is also going to be available on every platform, which is like news because usually it's only on PlayStation. Oh, I was saying how every now and then I care about like 1 or 2 PlayStation games. Yeah, Persona 5 was the only game that I had ever been interested on PlayStation. Up until like, no, it's the only game. It's the only exclusive. The only game that I was like, damn, I wish I had a PlayStation to play this game. I think I've said that before. Like, that's the only game that ever made me really want a PlayStation, because I wanted to play that game. So like every now and then, there's just that special one. But anyways, Persona 6 is gonna be everywhere, so I don't have to worry. And the Nintendo Switch 2 is hopefully gonna be a beast of a console as strong as the PlayStation 4. So we'll hopefully be able to play Persona 6. I hope. Actually, I'm not gonna say that because my hope is gonna be broken. But from the one video I watched on Persona 6 that I should not have watched, but I caved because I was curious. They say the color scheme is gonna be my least favorite color, so sad about that. But I guess I can deal. I guess I can deal with it. I hope for a Persona game where the color scheme is like orange. Actually, I guess I don't know what all the Persona game color schemes are. I hope Atlas make a remake of Persona 4. There's Persona 4 Golden. That's the remake. I don't think they're gonna do another remake. Is Persona 4 Golden a remake, or is it just like a port? No, they remade it. I think they did. The graphics look updated. I think. I haven't played it. You could tell. I think it's a remake. Or, I don't know. It might be a port. I think it's a remake. I think Persona 4 Golden is a remake. I think it's just an old remake. I think it's relatively old, actually. I think it's actually pretty old, and the reason why I think it's recent is because it recently, like last year, it came to PC, and so people were playing. Persona 4 Golden is like the Royale version of 4. So it's not really like a remake. And that means it probably didn't come out. That means it probably came out like every Persona game had 2 versions. Oh, did not know that. Persona 5 was my first introduction to the franchise. So then Reload is like the true remake of 3 then. It's not just the second version, it's like the full like remake. Oh my god. I haven't like I said, I say like 20 words a day. I've been talking for barely an hour straight and my throat is already like, it's already tired. I have no speaking stamina. The second version of Persona 3 is FES. What the heck? FES? Persona 3 Festival? So, is the Persona 3 Festival content also in Persona 3 Reload? Or do they just like kind of ignore it since it wasn't the base game content for the Reload version? That would require you to have played Reload to know that information, I think. I wonder if they do that. Then I wonder, they made it a DLC. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes total sense. Okay. I didn't know that every game had 2 versions. $20. Oh, that's not bad, all things considering. So I guess if they remade 3 last year, this year, then once 6 drops, they'll probably remake 4 before they move on to 7. I think they might do, if every Persona game has 2 versions, then they might do 6, the second version of 6, and then the remake of 4. Which would feel appropriate, because like a decent amount of time would have passed since, I think 4 is already pretty old actually, but you know, everybody kind of just like experienced it again because of it getting brought to PC. So it will have been a decent amount of time since that, and then everybody would be like, Persona 4 remake, yippee! Well, 2 canon versions? There's more non-canon versions? What does 2 canon versions mean? That implies there's more non-canon versions. Video game universes are so hard to follow. Like, there's the... Like, could you imagine, like, knowing everything there is to know? Persona has a rhythm universe. What does that mean? Does that mean there are, like, Persona rhythm games? Persona... I didn't realize it was that extensive. Has that, oh, I totally forget what it's called. Has that other Atlas game come out? The one that's like Persona, but also not Persona, and is a rhythm game for every Persona game? There is? Is that what Persona 5 Tactica is? No. No. Persona 5... No, Strikers is not a rhythm game. So it must be Tactica that's the rhythm game? What is the difference? I know that Strikers is like the like beat 'em up, there's a bunch of enemies, hit them like a Fire Emblem Warriors, I think, type style. Like that's what Strikers is, right? I think. So then what is Tactica? It's called Persona Dancing. Fitting for a rhythm game, I guess. Persona Dancing. Is it like... Okay. And it's like not okay. Is it Persona game? There's a rhythm game for every Persona game. So like there's a Strikers is like Persona 4 second part. Then what's Persona 4 Golden? I thought Persona 4 Golden was Persona 4 second part. Strikers is like Persona 4 second part. Okay, let's say that that's true. Sorry, Persona 5. But then what's Persona 5 Royale? If Strikers is the second part of 5, then what's Royale? Because... I don't understand. I want to pretend like I understand, but I truly do not understand. I think it's Persona 5 Royale is like an extension for the main story. Okay, so it's like Persona 1.5, or it's like Persona 5.5. Oh wait, no, that's gonna get me confused. So it's like the 1.5 of Persona 5, and then Strikers is like the 2.0 of Persona 5, like the second one. And Royale is like the halfway. And then Persona 5 is base game. So then what is Persona 5 Tactica? So then what the heck is Tactica? But Persona Strikers is the canon sequel for Persona 5 base game. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because Persona 5 Royale is like kind of the same story, but like different. So is Royale the canon base game? Or is the original Persona 5 the canon base game? And then my question still persists. Where does Tactica fit into all this? Or is it not canon? It feels like it'd be pretty hard for it to be canon. Original Persona 5 is canon. Then why did they make Royale? If Persona 5 is canon, and Royale is not canon, and Strikers is the canon sequel, then why didn't they just go from 5 to 5 Strikers? Why did they make Royale? I don't understand. Because none of the characters of Royale are in other games. Like the additional characters? Did they just do it so that they could... Because none of the characters of Royale... Oh, so like they're not canon universe characters. Like whatever her name is with the red hair, is really weird. Yeah, this broke my brain a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought Persona 5 Royale was the canon one because for no other real reason than they made it. Like, why would you make it and have it not be canon when it's just like the same story pretty much and just like kind of an extension? So I'm a little shocked that it's not really canon. I guess it was just for fun, I guess. Okay, good to know Strikers is the canon sequel if I ever feel like diving into a little bit more of Persona 5's universe, and I can just be like, I'll play Strikers. Still have no idea what Tactica is, but I guess I guess we'll consider that, we'll pretend it doesn't exist. And Tactica, I guess, would be like a spin-off. Okay. I'm not like sad at this story, but it's just, I'm just so baffled by it. Like Persona Q, not even gonna get into what Persona Q is. I think that's before, I think that's old. I don't think that's within my understanding. I'll keep my focus from 3 forward. I won't look back, because I think if I go any further back, it'll be too much. Persona Q is the collab saga. See, these words, they just don't make sense. I read them, but I don't know what they mean. Ugh, oh my god, it's almost 3 a.m. already. What the heck? Persona Q is the collab saga. I don't know what that means. But thank you for the in-depth explanation. I understood more now than I knew when I went into it. And I think that's enough. I don't think I'm gonna understand the full Persona everything. But Persona Q is like they get 3 and 4 characters to interact. Oh wait, that's kind of cool. I hope they do that with 5. I hope they like introduce 5 into like a cute like crossover episode. That's cute. I like that. That happens in Persona Q too. Oh, of course. Obviously. We're gonna do it in Q too. Oh. Right. How silly of me. There's even a fight between the 4 and 5 protagonists. Wow. Intense. I think I need one of those like game theory, even though Matt Pat did just retire, but like I need one of those like game theory videos where there's like, okay, this happens, then this happens, then this game happens, and then this game crosses over with that game, and then this game happens, but this game's not canon. Don't get it mistaken. Don't get it twisted. This game isn't canon. And then this game happens, but it's just a spin-off of that game. Like, I need like an in-depth. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure like a wild Persona fan out there in the world like has done that already. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure I could find it. But like, I think that's what I need in order to understand the full like timeline and what's canon, what's not canon, what matters and what doesn't matter, and like who's interacted with who from this game or that game. I think the only ones that are not connected are 1 and 2, which admittedly makes a little bit of sense. Early franchise stuff. So they probably have a more clear vision of what they're doing now than they did before. What was that? I meant to look it up earlier and then I forgot. That other Atlas game that I saw. Not Shin Megami Tensei. There's lore on those games too, but they're just not connected to anything. Oh, it was called, it's that one, right? It's Metaphor. Sorry, I'm Googling. That one, that Metaphor game. Oh, it's not out. I was gonna say I haven't heard anybody talk about that one, but it didn't come out. I just got to the site and it says October 11th. So it makes sense that nobody's talking about it because nobody has played it. Um, yeah, that game looks interesting as well. Uh, it looks a little. It looks kind of like a crossover between like Persona and like maybe like Unicorn Overlord, Overlord. I always forget. I don't remember what the name of it is. And I enjoyed the demo of Unicorn Overlord, so if it's a crossover, if it's like a midway point between those two, seems a little interesting. Um, what other games? I was gonna. What other games I'm interested in? Oh, it's June. So, when was the last Pokemon Direct? Well, they don't have a Pokemon game coming this year, but I'm interested in, they have the mobile game coming out. So there's that. But that's all they've got to announce this year. So I don't know. They might not even do a Presents in August, since they don't really have anything going on to announce this year. And I don't know what Nintendo's doing. Other than that, I think the State of Play, I saw, it's a game I saw like last year, like a while ago. I think it's been a while since I saw this game originally. Excited for the new Pokemon. Same, still a way to go. How many months now? I guess we don't really know when in 2025 it's coming out, but at least 7 months. Probably like 18 to be realistic, because it's not gonna come out at the beginning of next year, but excited for it too. A game that I saw like about a year ago that I saw a trailer for. Why did I even find out about this game? I don't really remember. But it was a game called, it was in the new State of Play from Sony, like Infinity Mickey. It looks so cute. And I think I heard that it's a gacha, which I don't really mind gachas because I had a whole Genshin phase, but if it's like a cute girl gacha, I fear for my life, because the aesthetic of Infinity Nikki is just so cute. Like, I just love everything about it. Like, it's literally like, it feels from the trailers like it's Barbie, but like if Barbie was a gacha game, and if Barbie was like a 3D universe that had like adventure and exploration and fighting and platforming and was like interactive. Like, it feels like kind of perfect for me. And so if it's a free-to-play gacha game, oh god, I'm scared for myself. Because my Genshin phase was already kind of debilitating, so... But I guess I could use another game to fill the Genshin gap, since I can't play Genshin anymore. So maybe it's a good thing. But I've been excited for Infinity Nikki for a long time. Because I saw like the very first trailer that came out, and then they went like radio silent. It was another like radio silent situation, but it wasn't like as bad as Silksong. It only took them like a year to say something. It wasn't really that bad. And then they had the new trailer at the State of Play, and it's so cute. There's new MiHoYo games. Oh, Wuthering Waves also came out too. Although I haven't really watched a ton of that game. Sad no one is talking about Wuthering Waves. I see a lot of it, I think, because it's like the residual of when I was like a really big Genshin fan, and like the same people who were playing and making content for Genshin are playing and making content for Wuthering Waves, but I don't think it made the biggest splash outside of that community. Yeah, I think it overall, in terms of like the general gaming community, kind of flew under the radar. Unfortunately, like, in terms of gacha games, it's still a ton of focus on Genshin, a lot of focus on Honkai Star Rail. Like, I'll just be watching the most random content and somebody will be like, this video is sponsored by Honkai Star Rail. And I'm like, whoa, really? Okay, I mean, congrats and good for you, but wow, that felt like a slap in the face. I really was not expecting that one. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail is kind of everywhere right now. And to be honest, I don't even really know when Wuthering Waves dropped, because I think it was like the end of May, I think, like 2 weeks ago-ish. I'm a bit tired of Honkai, of playing it or of hearing about it. Because I haven't played it, so, but I admit, like, sometimes when I'm like, when I hear about Honkai, I'm like, I don't know, it feels like they're pushing Honkai very hard, which is, like, interesting. Like, it's everywhere. Yeah, I agree. They're pushing Honkai very hard. Like, so much harder than I feel like they pushed Genshin. It's definitely on the forefront of their, like, media strategy and, like, media promotion strategy right now. And I wonder if that's because they've got Zenless Zone Zero dropping soon. So they're trying to get as many people to play Honkai as possible, because then they have to pivot to Zenless Zone Zero and try to promote that. Yeah, but I don't know why Honkai is, like, literally everywhere I turn, literally every single person is sponsored by Honkai Star Rail. I'm really excited. I'm really hyped for that game. It looks really interesting, especially with the 3D models, or like the 3D model style, because they're all 3D models, but like the 3D model style. I don't really get how it's different though. This art looks fire. Yeah, the art style and the character design looks amazing. But I guess my thing is just like it's not exploration, right? But I guess I don't think Honkai Star Rail is exploration either. I really like games that have exploration in them, so maybe that's why it's not like calling to me as much. But from what I know about Zenless, I haven't seen. That's the sad part. Oh, that means it probably isn't exploration. Yeah, I haven't. If they have exploration in that game, then they haven't shown it at all. So I'm assuming that there isn't any. I also don't know a release date. I wonder if I could find one. I'd probably not out. If there was a release date for Zenless Zone Zero, I probably would have heard about it. Zenless Zone Zero, yeah. Release date. There's no exploration at all. Yeah. This action RPG launches digitally for PlayStation 5, Android, and iOS devices on July 4th. Oh, that's really soon. My bad. I said that if there was one, I would have heard about it, but there is one, and I didn't hear about it. Ah, my throat. It's more like a roguelike from what I heard. Maybe they're trying to, like, diversify the genres they offer. So, like, Genshin's the exploration one, and Zenless Zone Zero's the roguelike one, and Honkai is somewhere in there. I don't know, Honkai... I mean, I couldn't play it even if I wanted to because storage, and if I had the storage to play a game, I would pick Genshin because I just love that game. But, I don't know, I don't really know what Honkai Star Rail is, other than, like, a beautiful game with gorgeous characters and an insane story and lore, and a game that everybody loves. I just don't really know what it is at all. But that's, I think, on me and not doing research and not on the game at all. I don't think that's Hoyoverse or Honkai's fault. Wii was only 18 gigs. Oh yeah, only 18 gigabytes. Easy peasy. I meant more so on mobile, because I don't have a Windows computer and they only have Windows launchers, so I meant more so on mobile, and I don't have a phone with very much storage. Oh yeah, it's depressing, I know. One day, it's a goal, somewhere off in the future. It'll happen, I'm sure of it. Forgot that detail? Yeah. One day. There's a lot of games, maybe not a lot. There are a couple games that one day I hope to be able to try if I ever get, like, a Windows computer. And maybe that's when I'll get back into Genshin? Maybe? I don't know. what was I saying? Oh, Zero Zero. Yeah, so, like, the most recent thing I remember about this game was the, like, character model controversy. So, they really aren't promoting it that hard. Maybe they'll go harder on it when it, like, gets closer to release, but I feel like I just don't see people talking about it as much. I hope it does well. It seems really distinct from the rest of the MiHoYo games, so I hope it does well. It's so crazy how many games they've released in such a small amount of time. Like, Genshin came out at the end of 2020. It's mid 2024, and they're already gonna add two more games to their lineup. Well, they only announced the release date on Twitter. Did they only just announce it? Oh, yeah, this article does say from 2 days ago. And I think on TikTok. So maybe this is where they're gonna, like, ramp up promotion for it. I hope to see way back when it got, like, first dropped, I visited the website and I, like, took a look at the characters and the character descriptions and all that stuff. But I haven't been there since, so maybe I'll drop by again and, like, see some of the new stuff and watch some trailers and all that stuff. I pre-ordered the PS5 version. I do not have a PlayStation 5. Are games like that, like Zero Zero, Genshin, Honkai, are they more fun to play on console or on desktop? Because I feel like everybody always swears by PC gaming for everything if it has a PC option. So you saying you pre-ordered it on PlayStation when it's assuming, yeah, it does say free to play. So when you could get it for free on PC as well, I was like, is that like a is there like a reason behind that choice? I Aside from the Mario Kart thing, they are a billion times cheaper on PC. But it's free. But Xenoblade Zero is free. Or you mean like storage wise? Because that I think it makes sense. That I think I agree with. My computer is on 19%, which I think OBS is just a hefty application because that is very quick for my computer. I started at like 77, so in less than 2 hours I shed so much battery. Usually I have my charger right next to me, but I don't today. So usually I just plug it in. I was saying something and then I totally forgot. PS5 you have to pay $20 extra for every game DLC. What? Maybe it's like the console port fee, and since it costs more. Actually, that checks out. Not checks out as in like makes sense, but like I feel like I noticed that with other console games. There's a developer that I really like, and they're a Japanese developer. They make like pixel graphic, like not super extensive or crazy games. And I used to play them on mobile, or not mobile, but a long time ago, I had a like Samsung Galaxy tablet, and I used to play them on that tablet, but not like the full versions. I used to get like demo versions still, because I've always been like this. I've always played game demos, and I never got the full versions, but I always knew the full versions were like $5. And then I got a Nintendo Switch way down the line, and I saw the same developer's games on there, and I was like, oh my god, I could get like $5 games, and they're not $5. They're like 12, and some of them are $14. Like 2 to 3 times the price that they were on mobile on Android. And so it's like, I think it's just a price bump that comes from porting to console that makes things a little bit more expensive. Persona 3 Reload is $71 on PS5, and on PC, I think it's like $35. That's crazy. And borderline not worth it. You could buy the same game twice. You're paying for the same game twice, and in my country, it's $83. That's insane. How do people justify that? I don't want to say that I'm cheap, but like, I think I'm very like practical when it comes to money. Like, I could never justify like spending twice the amount, paying for a game twice to only get it once, just because of the platform. You know? Like, I think I would rather buy an entire PC and play it for the cheaper price, because in the long run there will be more games available for that cheaper price and I'll recoup my money eventually. That's an insane price jump. What the heck? I don't even know if that's because of the port to PC or port to console price. I think that, I don't know. I have no idea what the justification for that one is. But that would make me so sad if, well, yeah, I can't change my platform too late. Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing. But, you know, it's fine. It makes me a little sad, but it's fine in the long run. As long as it makes you happy, which is all that matters. I think I've run out of things to talk about. Or like $5K worth of games and I can't port them to PC. Oh no. On your 5K on your PlayStation 5 already? That's a lot in such a short amount of time. I feel like the PlayStation... maybe 4 years ago? I'm trying to think how long ago the PS5 came out. Maybe not that crazy. But 5K is a lot. But I mean, if they cost such an insane price increase, then maybe not. Well, I have my PS4 games. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense why it costs so much. Yeah. It sucks that you can't port them over. And the price increase sucks too. But again, as long as you're happy. If it's your platform of choice, then, you know, it'll always make you happy to get games on that platform. Like, any game ever I wish I could have on my Nintendo Switch. Like, anything that's not available on Switch makes me so sad, because it's my platform of choice. Like, even if the gaming experience would be better on a PS5 or on a PC because of the graphics or whatever, the games that I want to play not being on Switch make me sad. So, I get it. It's whatever makes you happy. Ooh. 3:15. I was gonna say I don't have anything to do tomorrow, but that is a lie. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow and I completely forgot. I hope I don't have to wake up early for that. I might have to wake up early for it. Oh, the good thing is that I don't have to know if my PS5 is going to run the game. Oh, because, like, it's what? I'm confused. From a non-PS5 and non-PC gamer, confusion. Do you like Kirby? Like the franchise? Yes, the franchise. No, I haven't played it. I don't think I've played a Kirby game, but the franchise is cute. I think it's cute. I think my face looks like Kirby. Like a small pink blob. I haven't played it though. I've played Kirby game demos. I think. One of them. Two of them? 2 of them, I think. But I haven't played an actual Kirby game. Oh, damn it, I know. I haven't played a ton. On PC, you have to know if you have, like, the minimum requirement to run the game. That sounds stressful. So then what happens if you buy a game and you don't have the PC, you don't have the requirements? Does it just not open? That sounds horrible. What, does it tell you before you get it what the requirements are? I mean, but when I was, some games just don't open. Oh, jeez. PC gaming sounds rough. I'm glad I've never had to deal with it. Sounds like a hassle. A hassle and a half. But then again, console gaming is the price increase, so I guess pick your poison. Yeah, I feel like I've heard of, like, I don't watch a ton of, well, I do, but I don't watch a ton of people stream PC games, is what I should say. I have Power World and my PC can't run the game. Oh no. Isn't it? No, I don't think Power World is free. I think it's paid. Oh no. That sucks. So the only way to, like, play it is, like, upgrade your PC, right? Damn. What was I saying? Totally forgot. Yep. Yeah, that sounds like it sucks. I forgot what I was saying. Oh god. Nope. Left my brain. Lost cause. Not gonna try to remember what it was. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. Kirby lore. Is this because does Kirby have worse lore than Persona? Because if that's the case, don't tell me. The only thing I know about Kirby is Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, and, like, not, like, story or, like, lore or, like, background, but, like, just the character names and what they look like. And the only reason I know it is because of Smash Brothers, and that's it. That's all I know. I don't know any lore. I think it's really creepy. Oh, creepy. That's a distinct word. Why creepy? I was gonna say something and it left my brain again. Oh, I was gonna say I don't think there's been a Kirby game in a really long time. Oh, that's a lie. They just had the Forgotten World one. That was the most recent one, right? That wasn't too long ago. Like angels and things like that. Ugh. Like death? Yikes. Like real angels? In Kirby? That sounds so non-Kirby-like. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Since we were on the topic of games, my other, like, gaming, words, oh my gosh. Goal. My other gaming goal for the summer was, like, to pick up, Pokemon Violet. That's the game I'm playing again. But I opened it. I did open it. Opened the game for the first time. I know, like, the Nintendo Switch tells you, like, how long you've played a game. I wish, maybe it does somewhere. Maybe it does, and I just didn't, like, see it. But I wish it told you, like, when the last time you opened a game was, because I would be so interested. I know basically when the last time I opened the game was. It was the weekend after it came out. Yes, let's go. Yeah, it's been a long time. The last time I opened it was the weekend after the game came out, which was back in, I think, 2021. So I picked it back up again and I opened it, but I opened it and I kind of got, like, overwhelmed because the map in the game is so big, but that's not the part of it that overwhelmed me. The part of it that overwhelmed me is that when I was playing it for the first time, I was, like, exploring every corner of the map. And because it's not like Zelda, like Breath of the Wild, where it has, like, Hero's Path and it showed you where you went, I don't know what parts of the map I explored or what parts I didn't explore. And so I was like, do I just explore the entire map again so that I can remember this time? But I was like, absolutely not. And so I was trying to like walk around places to see where looked familiar and where it looked like I had been. Um, but as I was walking around, I was like opening the map, and the map in that game is like really annoying. There's like super zoomed in, kind of zoomed out, but like not zoomed out to the point where it's like the zoom is weird. There's like 3 zoom modes, and 2 of them are like completely useless because they're not helpful with helping you like pick a pathway or like figure out where you are or where you want to go. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's like kind of actually really bad. I wish it was just like a free zoom, like you just held right, what's it called, analog stick, and just zoom in and out, because that would have been so much better than however they did it. So it was making me pretty frustrated, and overall I just wasn't remembering all of the controls really well. I think I need to like look up an article to remind myself of all the controls. But I was like, I know you can like send out Pokemon to like battle Pokemon without actually battling them. And like I just have to like refresh on the controls. So I'm proud of myself for opening the game. I have to end soon because I'm on 11%. Okay, but I'm proud of myself for opening the game. And like, proud of myself for like, look, it's almost been like 3 years. It's been like 2.5 years. I'm very happy that I opened it again at least, but like I have to refresh myself on the controls because if I don't, I'm not gonna be able to get through it. And I think I do just have to take a run across the map again to like kind of remember where everything is and what everything is. And the Pokemon that I have on my team, I have to like, you can do it, thank you. Picking up a game and starting off where you left off is really hard. I did it once with Xenoblade Chronicles. Like I played it and then I left it for a really long time, and then one day I was like, I'll just play this again. And I opened it and I didn't remember any of the controls. I didn't remember any of like the preferred combos or combinations. I didn't remember anything about like attacking weak spots or dodging. Like it's so hard. It feels like you need a tutorial to get back into the game. And so then I never like picked it back up again. I really want to play Xenoblade. I also really want to play Xenoblade, but I want to play Xenoblade in order. I want to play. Okay, I don't really want to play Definitive Edition, but I want to kind of replay 2 because it's been such a long time. And again, like I just said, I never actually finished it. And I want to play 3. I want to play 3 so badly. 3 looks so interesting to me. But I also just want to replay 2 and finish it. And I don't really want to play Definitive Edition because it doesn't seem that interesting to me. But if I have the intention to play 2 and 3, then I might as well play the first one as well. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna need to like watch a tutorial to get back into Pokemon Violet. I don't really want to restart because I like the Pokemon that I have and everything, and I like the progress that I made, even though admittedly in the grand scheme of things it's not that much. But I just want to continue from where I left off. I just need help. So hopefully in the next, I want to say couple days, but I'm gonna say couple weeks. Hope to hear you when you finish the game. Thank you. I hope I finish it. But that's good motivation to get me to push on and to hopefully finish it pretty soon. But I've got that, and I've got my Mario Kart. I got my Mario Kart goal, and that's it. Until something else happens. I don't think there's any other game that I'm super crazy about right now. There was some game demos that I played, but nothing that really stood out to me. I played the Dredge demo, like the ship game. That one was fun. And I played Tangle Tower. And those were the 2 that like actually kind of like stand out in my brain. Tangle Tower was cool, but they cut you off before you even, I don't know if it's just maybe a short game, but they cut you off so early. Um, but I guess anything would be early in a mystery game, short of the ending. Like, they could take you all the way to the end, minus the very last clue, and it still would feel early, because it's a mystery game, and you just want to solve it. So there's that. And Dredge? Dredge is interesting. I originally put off playing the demo of Dredge for a really, really long time, because... Oh, there's the low battery warning. For a really, really long time, because, like I said, like, the gloomy aspect. I don't vibe with games too often that have, like, the gloomy feel and the gloomy aspect to them. But I was like, I caved because I had nothing else to do. You know, bored. So I did pick it up, and it is actually... It's a game that I think could hold my attention for a really long time. I don't... And it seems like it has a pretty cool story. But it does seem kind of repetitive. But also, I play Pokemon, and that's probably the most repetitive game franchise in the world. So, I don't know if I have a right to say that. But I did enjoy it. I think I would have enjoyed playing the full game as well. So, I have no bad things to say about Dredge or Tanko Power. Those were two game demos that I played and I enjoyed recently. Other than that, other than gaming, just sleeping. Oh my god, I've been sleeping. I said this in the beginning, but I've been sleeping like 10 hours every single day. And I don't want to, but I can't drag myself out of bed before I've hit like the 10-hour mark. It's really bad. It's probably part of why it feels like days are passing by so quickly. Hell yeah, 10 hours? No, that's like half the day. I mean, I have nothing to do, so like I guess it's fine in the grand scheme of things. That's healthy. I feel like 10 is borderline too much. Like, I could get by on 7. 7 is okay. 7 to 8, I feel good about. 9, I'd be like, okay. 10, I feel like I'm just sleeping too much at that point. And then I took a nap today. So it was more like 11. I'm definitely sleeping too much. That's half the day. 7? 7 is fine. 7 is healthy. An adult human doesn't need more than 7 hours of sleep. How much sleep should an adult get? Experts. The first word was experts. Experts recommend that adults sleep between 7 and 9 hours a night, which means I'm sleeping too much. And 7 is what the recommendation is by experts. I can't work with 7. I'm functional on 7. I think I'm functional on anything. I think I'm functional on 4, but like low function. Functional on 4 if I have one thing to do and then I know I'm coming back home and I can take a nap. Not functional on 4 if it's like for an entire day. But again, it's low function, like not high functioning. There have been times where I just like could not sleep and I only managed to fall asleep like 3 or 4 hours before I had to get up to go somewhere. And it's hell to drag yourself out of bed after 3 or 4 hours, but like once you're up and you're out and you're dressed, then it's like, well, I got stuff to do. I can't take naps. I feel like I vaguely recall you saying that before. But yeah, I try not to take naps, especially when I've already slept 10 freaking hours, but it happens. I'm a napper. I'm a napper and a yapper. I can't help it. I feel really bad if I sleep short periods of time. I think that used to happen to me when I was younger. And now, since my sleep schedule is just bleh, it's just garbage to begin with, that it doesn't happen so much anymore. Like I can take a nap at like 8 o'clock till like 9 o'clock, like I did today, and wake up, because I'm going to bed every single day at like 5 to 5:30 a.m. anyway. Like I'm not sleeping at good, healthy times. So I get it, like me taking a nap. Pro napper, hell yeah. I don't think I'm pro. I think I'm more like intermediate. I think there's better nappers out there than me. I'm actually a pretty bad napper because if I feel for a nap, I won't even like get up and situate myself in an environment that's good for a nap. Like I was sitting on the couch and I literally just like I just like put my head back and I took a nap. Like and I had like a computer on my lap. I had a blanket over me. I had my like phone next in my hand. On the way to the top, champion mindset. I'm a really bad napper. And then like I woke up from my nap and I was gonna lie down, period, and continue taking a nap, but I lied down and I was like, no, I'm okay, I'll just stay awake. So, bad napper. But I appreciate the enthusiasm. Maybe one day we'll achieve pro napper status. Okay. My computer is on 7%. And I did 2 hours, so I feel good. It's too much for my throat to go from, again, 20 words a day to 2 hours of talking. So I do think I should take it easy a bit and drink. I've drank like an entire bottle of water, but my throat is still, it's still like, it's not sore and it doesn't hurt, but it's like I can tell my body's like, what are you doing? You don't talk for this long. Who are you even talking to? 2 good hours? Oh, thank you so much. I mean so much. It's hard for me to believe that because I just, no rhyme or reason. I'm just speaking. But that's really kind of you. Thank you very much. Oh my god, my voice is so like, ah. Okay, I'm probably gonna drink a whole other bottle of water and then go to bed. But thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I think depending on where you are, it might be daytime. It's definitely nighttime for me. But I hope you have a good rest of your day in general. Oh no, not coughing. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll see you hopefully soon. Maybe tomorrow? Today is tomorrow. It depends. It depends on what my environment works out to be. So we'll see. But if I get the opportunity again, I'll probably just take it. But oh my god, I'm on 5. And drink honey? Okay, I'll try that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll try that. I think they have everything here, so there's probably honey. So I'll try to drink some of that. Thank you. And before my computer gets any lower, it went from like 5 to 2. I blinked and it went from like 7 to 5. So I'll end before my computer just ends it for me. But thank you for hanging out. I'll see you hopefully before the end of the month. Probably this week. Maybe next week. No promises. Bye bye. Wait, that's the wrong one.